resource person, Dr. Swati Gupta, our participants, my colleagues, and to all my dear friends. I am Dr. Maithili Naik, the convener of the Research and Development Cell, and together with my co-convener, Ms. Pooja Shanbag, I welcome you all to this 5-day FDP on the topic AI in research. AI, as we all know, is one of the area which is finding so much of presence and relevance everywhere. And we thought this is an apt subject for to touch upon as AI is increasingly being used in research as well. We were initially going to we were initially thinking of keeping it open to only first 100 participants, but because of the overwhelming response that we have received from participants across the country, we thought of also streaming it live through YouTube so that more participants could take advantage of this session. Uh, to move a little forward, it is my privilege and pleasure to introduce our resource person to all of you. We have a very eminent resource person with us today. Let me take the opportunity of introducing her to all of you. Dr. Swati Gupta is an accomplished academician, mentor for change, and a beacon of inspiration in the world of education. With over a decade of experience, she has made a significant contribution to the academic landscape. As an associate professor at Universal AI University, her passion for teaching and commitment to academic excellence has been instrumental in shaping young minds and minds of aspiring leaders. She has taught courses in entrepreneurial finance, entrepreneurial leadership, Excel, and corporate finance, instilling not only subject knowledge but also ethical values in her students. Dr. Gupta's influence extends not only in the country but internationally as well, and has been associated with prestigious institutions such as Grant Thornton Bharat, where she imparts her expertise in analytics. Additionally, she has organized workshops on entrepreneurship, design thinking, and finance for renowned institutes including DST, Niti Aayog, Yesboard University, South Africa. It is a pleasure to have you as our resource person, ma'am, and we look forward to this insightful 5-day FDP on AI. Without wasting any more time, I request our resource person to kindly take over the session.
Uh, Thanks, Dr. Maithili. It was really nice. Thanks a lot for a lovely introduction. And I welcome you all for the session of the first session of our 5 days FDP on application of AI in basically an academic research. Very honest answer. Um, we generally, when we look into the research perspective, our research is more focused on how to go about with the literature, because that is the main section where we put lot of time and effort to grasp the literature and have a first a research gap, and then making a literature review and the context where I can give an background and introduction that how to move ahead with my research or my thesis or my paper, anything you want to look into the outcome perspective. So when we are looking into that research side, with the specifically when I'm talking about the literature review, AI plays a very important and very crucial role, and it provides a very good assistance to move ahead to do with your literature section. Not only the literature, even for your outline, even for what we say, assist you to have a kind of path that how we should move to outline, to structure your whole process, your whole procedure. So within these 5 days I have just distributed, not only with introducing the AI tools, also with an intention the hands-on experience. So it would be more in an interactive kind of sessions from my side that I will be taking you, and at each step, which kind of AI tools would be available. See, please observe that there are a number of tools for each and every step that you can go ahead with. But now it is at our discretion which AI tool to take and how to move ahead. That is at our call, that what we have to take. Every individual because have their own purpose and own outcome that they are looking. So they can take up any kind of AI tool. But I would be giving you the couple of AI tools to cover up one or another step that I am looking forward. So I'll request the participants to please mute themselves. I'll just. So we all know when we are looking into what basically review is all, it is basically you are talking about full informed and unbiased answer to a very focused research question. So first and foremost that we are looking into a research question, and research question is identified with the gap that you are looking forward, right? So it can be written in any academic topic where you can talk about not only the social science, even in your healthcare, IT, right? Then you try to, once you have the database with you, you try to summarize, analyze the full range of evidence that can be published and unpublished also. That is, we call it as a literature, and there is a terminology, we call it as gray literature nowadays. In SLR, in your literature review, we consider the gray literature as well into the consideration when we are talking about the literature review. It also accounts for differences in research methods and the sample sizes, talking about the quality, what kind of research, what kind of topic, and how much work has been done. So it is, in a nutshell, is what it's a document that search process so that the other researchers can reproduce the same result of sets. So that is what basically the literature review. So we have different articles or different kind of reviews that we do it basic on the base of the mind that you are talking about, domain based, right, which is a very kind of structured kind of review where you can talk about bibliometric, where you talk about hybrid is basically you're talking about bibliometric plus kind of literature review. In this case literature is more structured where you have different kind of frameworks that you can use, talking about TCCM, 6W, ADO, path process, pace, pattern, problems and process, in whatever the framework you want to fit your review. Second is your theory based, where you're trying to analyze the theory, what is the theoretical background on particular topic. The third one is method based, where you are talking about you are synthesizing with terms of the methodology that they have used it. Right now, why I'm talking about these classification, because when we are talking about if I want to use an AI, I need to understand what basically I want my AI to do it. Right? I'll just show you why I have talked about this, because if I'm not clear what kind of review I want to do it, I'll not be able my AI to give me that kind of outcome. Because remember, as I have mentioned, AI is there to assist you. It is not there to replace you. It is not there to help you or to give you the whole of the review in one go. It is at the end you who has to decide, who has to review the whatever the outcome that AI tool has given to you. So when you are able to understand what kind of article I'm trying to look forward, am I talking about a domain based or a theory based, or I'm making a more focus on the methodology that I'm talking about, then only I'll able to give a prompt, then only I'll able to understand which AI tool I have to use it. Accordingly, you will able to use it. So if you look into the process, the first and foremost step is with the terms of design. That what should be my basically why I am talking about the
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Your
yeah.
slides are not changing.
My slide is not changing.
Yes, ma'am. Now it has. Yes.
Okay.
So maybe you'll have to share again because it's not. Yeah, okay.
No, this is the last one, and I'll go back to my website and I'll give you an hands-on experience. So, the first and foremost step, which is for today's session, we would be talking about how to design, how to create the research question, how to identify the research gap. That would be the first and foremost step that we would be going through and how AI can assist me to do the framework. So let me, without any delay, let's straight away go with the AI tool that is available. Can anyone tell me which is the most famous and general AI tool that is used? I guess we all use.
Chat GPT and Copilot.
Yes, everyone. Yes, Chat GPT. Now, Chat GPT and
We also
Copilot.
use perplexity.ai.
Do you use it regularly for all your
Not
purpose?
regularly, but that is also the tool. Yeah, sometimes
No,
yes.
no. I'm just talking about right now, not for research purpose. I'm
Okay.
talking about the AI tool which you regularly use it, and majority of time everyone is aware of and they are using it.
Okay. Yes.
So it is ChatGPT and Copilot. Copilot is also have gained lot of kind of popularity. Now the difference between ChatGPT and Copilot is in terms of how to reframe. Actually, ChatGPT being very older and quite well versed as compared to Copilot, because Copilot takes the more of the websites and um, uh, more of the latest data. And sometimes in research what I am looking forward, it is not giving me, because I have tried when both it the same prompt, it was not giving me that quite of quality kind of outcome which was I was looking as compared to Chat GPT. So that's why I generally recommend my scholars and my participants to be more equivalent with the Chat GPT, because at the nutshell we need to make an outline and how properly it can be assisting. So let me take you. Uh, yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay, great. So let me take you how to use ChatGPT, how to create a prompt in ChatGPT, right? Which will help you to outline and do your research in a well organized way. See, remember, whenever you are using your any AI tool, use it as you are conversing with your AI tool, especially with these all generative, these chatbots and all those stuff. Why I'm saying make it as a conversation, it will help that particular software to understand you and what you are basically looking forward. So, like in ChatGPT, I talk to ChatGPT as if I'm talking to my friend and I'm brainstorming with my Chat GPT. So instead of I'm talking to some human being, I'm just using an AI tool to do my conversation, to do my brainstorming on a particular research topic. Now let me take you to, when I'm talking to my Chat GPT, I have to make, first thing I have to make them understand what I want, because it's a kind of a role play. If I want my Chat GPT to be my friend, I have to first make them as understand what friend you are. So I'm saying, I'm first taking him that be my, you are a researcher, right? So act as a researcher. Now I can take any kind of topic. I can say identify research themes for, let me say, uh, adoption of fintech among among Gen X. So what I have given him, I'm trying to look into. It's just starting conversation. I have started making it, because at the end I have to validate also, right? I'm just asking him that research on the adoption of Gen X. यहाँ पे मैं Gen X ले रही हूँ. Gen X is basically they are talking about 1965. The older people, right? 65 to 80, and Gen Z's की बात नहीं कर रही मैं अभी, right? On the fintech, right? So these are the basically they are talking into. These are the themes that I can go ahead, right? Now, out of these themes, it's just going through. let me stop it there. Now I can, out of these points, I can take any one. Let me take it. I say, I'll say elaborate point 3. So I'm asking you to elaborate point 3. What basically talks about in point 3, right? It is talking about the banking habits, the investment strategies, budgeting practices, attitudes toward. So you are trying to make them understand what basically I'm looking forward, and then I can move ahead of it. So this is the converse gap. Now I can twist and tweak with my research gap and understand, is it really adjusting, or it is valid as compared to the literature that I would be looking at. And also I'm aware of what basically the literature I have to look, because I have done my research work. Because remember, research gap is basically what is done and what you are looking forward, there is a gap or not in the literature, right? So I'm able to understand, okay, that these are the research gaps that can be there and which gap I want to identify. Like if you look at here, they say that despite the growing prevalence of fintech solution, there remains a lack of comprehensive understanding regarding Gen X evolving banking habits and preferences. While numerous studies have explored millennials and baby boomers' adoption of digital banking, there is a notable breadth of research uh, specifically addressing the Gen X transactions. So उसमें they are giving you the all the explanations that you can go ahead with it and you can do it. So in this way, you can identify the research gap. You can then be more precise, and you can look into the research questions also, right? Now the question comes, when I have the research question, when I have the research gap, how I will validate it, that yes, this is basically the area that I want to look forward, right? Or what kind of conceptual framework I have to. Now based on this, uh, based on above, identify the research keywords. I'll tell you why I'm looking for the keywords. So these are the keywords that they have given to me, right? So Gen X, banking habits, digital, traditional banking. Now, see, generally what, with the help of keywords or all this stuff, we try to map it, we try to look into what kind of strings I can develop or what kind of structure I have to do it. So for that, there is a very good website that you can use it. That is 2D search. It is 2D, capital D, search. Just a second. Now, this is the basically website. Now, this website gives you a canvas of what basically the query that you are generating, right? I'll just show you, like if I say, wait a second. Now, if you look at, it is a simple, I'll just give you a simple one. Yeah, if you look into, it is just a simple template kind of stuff. Like if you want to search for a strategy frameworks, so you have a strategy, like you can create your like under the population, what intervention, comparison, outcome, you can use that pico framework. You can use the spice framework, spider, and accordingly it will give you the query. You can create what the strings that we create with and or boblin wala, the result that we call use it. Even you can create on generate as well. If you put a research question here, like if I take the research question, this same research question, I'll ask it, write the research question. Now if taking up this research question, I can try to create on my own. So it gives you a canva of what you are thinking. Like, see, it has identified me the key concepts that I'm talking about based on my question. It is talking about banking habits, preferences. Now it has taken generation, not generation X. So there are few plus and minus in this particular app, but you have to make them. If I put it back and Gen X response to the increasing availability, I don't want response, and I give the next. Under these, it will give me the more, under these concepts, it will identify the keywords. See, these are the basically keywords that it is looking into. Like increasing availability, what are the points that you want to identify? Digital bank. So this way you can generate your query. Now the query, you can put it into any kind of source that you are looking ahead, right? You can identify your keywords. You can create your own canvas here based on the queries, based on the keywords. You can put it in any format that you are. It is a nested one. This is the nested. I can put it into inline. Inline is a straight line kind of, or I can put it into the tree format also. So in whatever the way, and you can create your own new canvas also, that can be help you. It will just give you a thought process, a visual presentation of what you are thinking. That it can help you. It is a free website, so you can use it. This particular website, 2D search. Now, once you have identified your research question, your research gaps, what you are trying to look into, you have a basic idea and you want to twist and mold accordingly. Now, this particular sector comes into your social science. Now, what kind of database I should use? Because as a beginner, I don't really know what kind of databases are there available in the market, which particular database my field will have, because nowadays they are more on technology based and all, so I sometimes get confused. So for that, to identify which particular database I should use and why I should use that particular database, you have search smart searchsmart.org. You have searchsmart.org, which will help you to identify the which database you should use. Now, wait a second. Now, this is basically for searching the database. Now, what record type you are looking into? Are you looking for clinical trails or scholarly records? I'm looking for scholarly records. I'm looking forward for subjects. So these are the subjects. So I can talk about, I'm looking for social science, I'm looking for business management and accounting, I'm looking for decision science, I'm looking for economics and econometric, whatever your particular topic fits into, suits into which subject, even for the keyword also that you can look into. Now, what kind of search? Searches the databases must support. What it should support? It should support my systematic keyword researching, backward citation researching, or forward citation. So I have put it as a systematic keyword searching because I want it into for my literature reviews and all on Boland search strings, right? Now I can also only show non-paywall databases, that is freely accessible or not, right? So I don't want that. And then start comparison. So these are the basic databases that I have on my areas that I'm looking forward. These are my subject areas. Now I can also define in terms of what record types I'm looking into. Am I talking about book chapter, conference paper, journal publications, even the gray, as I told you, gray literature has also been started and it can be introduced in your literature. So these all areas are there. So I'll focus on journal publication. Now, these are the journals that the first and foremost is Lens, which has a coverage of, if I just click on show details, because maybe if you're writing a literature review paper, you have to justify why you have used a particular data set, why you have used a database. So, why you are using a database, that can help you to identify by this, because it has a total coverage. Like if you look into the access to research interface, last measure, all the details are given for each and every database which is related to your particular subject area, right? Operators, citation search, retrieval. So all these things are available here. So this can help you to justify why you have used an X database, right? Now, if you look into ProQuest, you have dimensions, why you have used dimensions, why you have used Ebesco, Gestro, Web of Science, Scopus. So you can look into and say why you have, like if I'd say why people use Scopus, because why its location, it's a year of launch. Generally, total coverage is 84.92 million. Year over growth is 4.2. It is multidisciplinary. So these are the few things that you can highlight when you are trying to justify why you have used the Scopus database. So 2D search gives you a visual of what you are thinking, and Search Smart gives you the justification why you are using a particular data set, right? Now, coming back to ChatGPT, these two tools are just helping you with what you have done right now to justify your particular concept that you are thinking on based on the keywords that are highlighted. Number one. Number two, the database that you want to look into particular here. Now, when I am identifying, I have looked into the themes. I have tried to elaborate a particular theme. I have designed a research gap based on it. Then I have identified the keywords. Then I have wrote a research question. Now, it doesn't mean that I'll straight away take a research question as it is. I'll take the research gap as it is, because at the end, I am the one who has to justify it. And if you're not able to justify, the whole of your this whole process will go hay and way. It will go totally wrong. Now, till now, is there anyone has any query? They can ask me. Then I'll move ahead to the further steps in the chat GPT. And today I'm just focusing on chat GPT. Next session, that is tomorrow, we would be looking into the justification in terms of other AI tools, not to study the background, but to justify your research questions and the how to get the literature review. Till now,
Ma'am,
yeah, please.
I have like the instructions which you gave, from the beginning to Chat GPT. Can you please just tell us one by one very fast?
Yeah, sure. See, the first thing is you have to first make your chat GPT understand what kind of role chat GPT need to play. That is the first. That's why I have written act as a researcher. Then I have asked him, what is the first thing? You tell me, what is the first thing whenever you are looking for a research, when you talk to your friend? Let me stop
Ma'am,
this here. let's have a conversation. What is the first thing you talk to your friend? Tell me. When you are doing your discussion, what is the first thing you want to ask your friend? Or your brainstorming starts, what is the first, is the research idea? Yes or no? That I am thinking that yes, this could be a research idea. If I'm not wrong. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now, how to justify that research idea and how to, instead of talking, to the same talk, you do it with your friend. So, can anyone give me any kind of, let's take your research idea to make it more clear?
Ma'am, ours is basically related to digital marketing and more on social media, influencer or affiliate marketing.
Okay. So, let's move ahead. So, I'll take a new one. I'll not take this one. So, I say act as researcher, identify research theme based on digital marketing, influential marketing. So the research theme is exploring the intersection of digital marketing and influencer marketing, the trends, strategies, and impact. Where they are talking about trends in influencer marketing, effectiveness of influencer marketing campaigns, strategic approaches to influencer selection and partnership, ethical considerations and transparency, impact of emerging technologies, cross cultural and global perspectives, measurement and ROI assessment. So, this is the first step I have looked into. I have the keywords. So, now which is closer to me that I can take it? Let's take it the second one. So, I can ask in the second one, these are the basically the themes that I want to look into. Um, Design research gap and research question based on point 2. Now remember, this is a conversation that is happening. You have already told the chat gpt that yes, you be a researcher. So now my chat gpt is aware of yes, I am a researcher, right? Now this is the conversation that is going flow, right? Now whatever you want to talk to your friend, you can do it. So I said to look into the research gap. So despite the proliferation of influencer marketing campaigns across various digital platforms, there remains a gap in understanding the nuisance factors that contribute to the effectiveness of these campaigns. While many studies have examined the overall impact on brand metrics, there is a limited research that dwells deeper into the specific elements or strategies within influencer campaigns that drive higher levels of engagement and conversions. So now you have lot of pick points that you can ask. Like you can talk about what factors you want to talk about, right? How I can measure effectiveness that I can look forward, how the impact can be measured, what do you understand by band metrics and how it can be introduced into this or can be collaborated,
Yes.
right? What kind of strategies? So these kind of conversation, if you start with your chat gpt, it will give you a more precise answer and it will try to give you a pathway that how you should go with your basically with your research. Now as it has given me a research question, right now I'm just taking the same as it is, just copy paste because I am not a specialist in digital marketing. So I'm just taking a copy paste and taking you through it. Now, based on research question, draft research objective, even I can use any kind of model here, like the models which we talk about when we are looking into I can ask it based on Pico framework, design my research objective. So see, it has given me, it will help me to understand what is my population, what is the intervention, comparison, and the outcome, right? And this is my research objective that I'm talking about and how it has been framed, right? And then I can ask it, thanks, please draft dependent and independent variables. So it is giving me the dependent and independent variables. And I'll please, once again, I'll say it is just right now because I'm not a specialist, I'm just copy pasting it. But please, you have to use it as an assistance. To participants who are very new to research, I will request you all, it will help you to assist, it will guide you. You don't need any mentor or go here and there. ChatGPT can guide you, but you have to validate it. In the sense, you are the one who has to do the research. It is just giving you the path, because initially when we used to do research, it used to take 1 year or 2 years to just do the literature review and to come up with at least an objective. The research gap, for getting a research gap, it takes 1 year, because you have to read a lot of paper and there are a lot of research gaps that you identify. You feel like, oh no, this can also be done, this can also be done. So there are a lot of things, but at least with an AI tool, you know where you have to go, right? So please, once again, it is just assisting you. So then that purpose, please use it. Don't take it copy paste it, otherwise it would be a whole mess for you all. Because at the end, if you look into the last line, ChatGPT can make mistakes. So you need to check whatever the ChatGPT is giving to you. And you all know you have to do the referencing. So for referencing also you have to study, right? So once you have your independent and dependent variables, which you can check with your literature, draft hypothesis. So these are the hypotheses that has been right, that can be done, right? And then you can move ahead and have a thanks based on above, design an outline for research paper to be published in Scopus indexed journal. So this is the basically, it is giving me an outline. So I, especially for the beginners, they know what they have to do it. You need to have introduction where need to be put into a one para for background, one para for research gap, and then the structure of the paper. What you have to put it into the literature review, the methodology, the results. At least you have an outline of your paper that you can use it here, right? Now, under this, if I'm looking into the outline, like if I talked about, like if I say instead of this paper, I want to write a literature review paper, systematic literature. Give me outline for systematic literature review paper based on TCM framework. So this is basically, it is giving me on the based on the TCM framework. So I can do my literature review accordingly and I can go ahead with it. That what is the introduction methodology that I'm using, the theoretical framework, the findings, right? The synthesis and discussion, conclusion, and any kind of references, right? Now, in case of TCM, it has now see it has taken the full form of target, channel, content, and measure. In case of TCM, rather as per the literature review SLR, what is the TCM? Uh, TCM stands for theory, construct, characteristic, and methodology framework. So now it will give me, see, this is the, I got a outline. So see, you have to cross check, you have to talk about, you have to look into where went wrong and how it need to be done, right? So वही मैंने बोला, again I am repeating it, you need to cross check whatever you are getting from chat GPT. At least you got a outline. Like if I say outline the abstract based on emerald. Emerald format. So this is the emerald format. It has given you what are the key points that you can put on purpose, design, methodology, approach, the findings, practical implications, and originality value. So this is the way that you can go ahead and you can use uh, your chat GPT to just give you a framework, to give you a mindset, insights that how you can move ahead instead of waiting for someone else. In this way, you can go ahead and you can do it. Right? Is there anything else you want to ask me in chat GPT? Any other query you have?
Ma'am, can I ask?
Yeah, please.
So, we can see that you can generate till hypothesis and research design, a template also. But what if somebody uses ChatGPT to write a complete research paper or maybe even a dissertation or thesis? How do we ensure that doesn't happen? Because ethically, it's not right.
Yes, Shweta ma'am, it is, you are rightly says ethically not correct. It is ethically not correct. Now it is my concise, it is my consciousness that whether how I am using my chat GPT, how I am using any of my AI tool. Because chat GPT always mention at the down. It doesn't gives you correct information. So you need to cross check it. Number one. Number two, chat GPT can never write the whole research paper or any kind of thesis. The reason being there is a word count limit. So it can't go beyond that. Right? Number three, it cannot go with the language also. Now, I'll just show you why I am saying. I'll show you that also. Let's take me. It will be very easy to identify. Rewrite the abstract in academic style, right? I'm straight away asking the chat GPT to write an abstract, right? In an academic style. Have a look. See the words, what they are using it. It is really not, see, very heavy words they use it. Endeavors to scrutinize the efficiency of influencer. Nowadays, who use these words? Right? Look at meticulous synthesize. So, right? We don't use the word scrutinize the theoretical underpinnings. We don't use the words illuminates the primary theoretical pyramids. We don't use these words. Or can I say abstract it will give you.
So
You have
another question is that if in conferences we get papers or abstracts which are generated using such AI, how do we weed them out? No, I cannot hear, ma'am. Can you all hear her?
yeah. Hi. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yeah. So, as I said, you need to understand what basically you want to do it, and it will just guide you. Nothing more than that. Rest, so ma'am, you can't stop anyone from doing it, or you can ask, because now Turnitin and every plagiarism softwares, they can share you that you have used AI tool even for paraphrase and all, but they will not let you know from where you have done it. So it is my consciousness that whether how I'm using it. So that need to be taken care of. My last session would be on ethical issues only in AI tool. So I will be covering that part. Yeah, Nidhi, yeah, please.
All right. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, my question is like, given the increasing prevalence of AI-based data analysis and research, what is the possibility of publication of this AI-based data-driven review papers, specifically in academic journals?
Nidhi, this particular question I would be taking care in my last when I'm talking about AI ethical issues and all. But right now, if I'm using ChatGPT, I'm not using ChatGPT for any kind of publication. I'm using ChatGPT to assist me, or just like talking to my friend to finalize my research topic and outline my paper. I'm not using ChatGPT to write my paper, even any
Ma'am, but
other AI tool.
like for example, we are using this software searchsmart.org, and we are getting the kind of database. We are looking forward to write a systematic review, and there are outcomes which ChatGPT is also suggesting us, and we are including it in our paper. So I just need to know this, like, what is the likelihood of acceptance? I mean to say that.
Okay, Nidhi, first of all, as I've already mentioned, the all the points that I have specified on ChatGPT, what they have showcased it, I'll not straight away take it from there. I have to revalidate, cross check whatever the ChatGPT is saying. It is just, again, it is guiding you and assisting you. Talking about Research Smart or 2D search, they are just a simple software, just like Google Scholar. So it means you should not use Google Scholar also. Why you are using Google Scholar? Google Scholar is doing what? You are putting some strings and doing a research and getting all the papers there, right? Then you have Scopus database. So why you use Scopus database, which gives you all the abstracts, that these are, it gives you in a nutshell that out of the whole globe, whole research data set, these are the papers which are validating your topic.
Right, ma'am.
Same way, ChatGPT and all these AI tools will help you, support you, just like Scopus database. You know, Scopus has also introduced AI into their data set, into their database. So there is a new product that they have launched. So that doesn't mean, but AI just assists you and makes your work little more easier. That, as I mentioned, to identify a research gap, initially it used to take 1 year or so, but now within couple of months, at least you will be able to come up with your SLR paper and you can complete your PhD.
Right, ma'am.
So it's all simple. Become a smart worker rather than a hard worker. That's what my context talks about. Any other query? Anything else you want to? I guess Sharmila, you were raising hand. Any other query?
Ma'am, could you explain that framework part again? It was a little not clear.
Ma'am, framework, basically which framework you're talking about? The TCCM?
The whole concept of framework, because I really have never used it.
Okay,
Advise
ma'am,
me.
when we are doing a literature review, in literature review, there are different frameworks that you can use it. Like TCM, you when you are doing a review, you can make your papers under the four categories. One is theory, second is constructs, next C is stands for characteristics, and M is methodology. So these are the different ways to present your SLR paper. I can share with you my presentation which I have. I hope my presentation is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you look into, either you can provide you SLR in TCCM framework, even 6W. 6W is what, where, when, what, where, what, where, when, who, how, why. So in this way you can present your paper. Then ADO. ADO is basically what are the incidents. D is basically what are the decision makers, and O is the outcome. 7P is basically you're talking about potential, path, process, pace, pattern, problems, and the performance. So these are the different frameworks to just present your database, to present your literature. And then you can include the bibliometric as well, because nowadays majority of editors, they don't accept bibliometric paper, neither they accept the systematic review paper. So they are looking for an hybrid where you can introduce the biblo also and these kind of framework, which gives an add-on. Like if you want to identify a research gap, so with the help of all these frameworks, you can identify your research gaps in a much justifiable and in a presentable way. So that can be used into that.
Okay. Ma'am, would you be sharing these PPTs also with us, or maybe any
Yeah,
YouTube
sure. I'll
video?
share the PPT. That won't be a challenge. I'll just share the PPT.
That would be really, really nice.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah, please, Nidhi.
ma'am, like ChatGPT is providing us the outcomes on the basis of our prompts.
Yeah.
So if we validate at our end, okay, these are the outcomes. Maybe we do some kind of alteration, and we will add on our part as an expert or whatever. So that outcomes when converted into use the result.
Nidhi, your voice got break. Sorry, I didn't understand your last part. What basically your question is?
Ma'am, these chat GPT outcomes can be used as a result for our papers if we confirm it like, okay, these are the different uh, results which we are looking for. ChatGPT has given us the same answers
Nidhi,
as in the outcomes.
see, ChatGPT has given assisted you. It has given you an outline that okay, these can be the outcome. Now it is you who has to validate it. And trust me, you will not get the
Right,
exact
ma'am.
answer. You have to validate, and there would be a took and turns with the based on the all the research. Maybe you have to do some survey to validate it. You have to do a literature review to validate it. right? And definitely there would be some plus and minus accordingly. I am 99.999% sure it can never be the exact and same. For the last 1 year, I'm using ChatGPT. I never got exact same result which I'm expecting from the literature. I have to do some tweak and turns. I have to adjust. I have to edit it according to what I'm looking forward and what my literature is doing. But yes, it helped me to do my literature review in a much organized manner rather than exploring lot of, like what our guide used to say, a mentor used to say, you have to first do a broader research and then narrow down. I have started my narrow down research, so I don't need to spend time to look into what kind of data set I have and then narrow down. So I have that time, my time got reduced, that I have the narrow research with me, that I have to do it.
Yes, ma'am. Because I also tried for different kind of review papers and their citations. So the same citation which I am receiving from ChatGPT, and if I copy paste the same citation, there is no such paper in the journal.
No. Never use it. Never use the citations from
Right,
ChatGPT, because
right, right.
ChatGPT doesn't go ahead with the websites.
Yes, ma'am.
For that, you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
to use ChatGPT 4. And I am aware of 99% of people doesn't use ChatGPT 4. ChatGPT 4 gives you much more, what I say, advanced kind of outcome, and in a more closure kind of, as compared, the quality is more good as compared to ChatGPT 3.5. So ChatGPT 4 can do your data analysis also. It can, your word count increases in ChatGPT 4. But yes, ChatGPT 4 will also help you to outline everything. So that can be done. So you have to be very conscious enough when you are using ChatGPT. Apart from any other AI tool that we would be discussing in the coming classes, but ChatGPT, you please be conscious. It will just assist you and guide you how to move ahead with your research. Anyone has any query? Please remember, when you are using ChatGPT, you should understand what prompt you are using. You can't go ahead and use any kind of prompt, because if your input is correct, then only you will get the correct output. If your input is not correct, you will not able to. So you have to make your ChatGPT understand what basically the outcome you are looking forward. So it's a kind of whole storyline that you have to create.
Ma'am, could you share what topics we'll be doing in subsequent sessions? So, if possible, we'll come a little more prepared.
Yes, ma'am. Today, just I have given you an outline how to use ChatGPT. Tomorrow, we would be looking into how to scrutinize our data set, especially in terms of literature. Then the third would be, because there are a lot of tools available to do the analysis of your what you say, of your literature. So we would be taking couple of classes, because I would not be giving you as it is the AI tools. I will give you an hands-on experience on those AI tools, right? So after analyzing that, how to do the interpretation of those things, and the last session would be on ethical issues. So what the steps we have in our literature review, how to conduct it, how to do the analysis, and how to structure and write the review. For all these steps, we have for design, as I told you, we have ChatGPT. It has designed your review. Now, how to conduct, how to process it, that we will be doing tomorrow. For analysis, we would be taking 2 days so that we are thorough with it. And then how to structure and write it, that would be our last, including the ethical issues there. So that would be done. So in the same step process, we would be taking up at every process what are the AI tools that are available, that we would be going ahead.
Your method of hands-on is really excellent, and we really appreciate.
Thanks, Shweta ma'am. Abhi to it is just a starting. I hope in the coming sessions you really enjoy and you start using it. Very honest, this is my approximately 7th or 8th workshop on AI tools. And trust me, I always say to my participants, start using it. Just attending the workshop will not give you an hands-on experience. If you will start using such kind of AI tools, it will really help your work, and it will really give your a much more quality, because nowadays what editors are looking into, what new you are bringing in, novelty जो नया terminology then pitch in, वो novelty लाने के लिए you have to use AI tools. So for that perspective you have to go through it. Disha, you have any query? You have raised the hand.
No, ma'am.
Okay, great. Anyone, anything else you want to ask me? See, there are a lot of AI tools. I don't want to go in one session. I would be distributing it so that you people come along with me, because generally what happens, participants lag behind. So please be prepared that what are the basic tools that are available, right? And get in hands-on, because we have tomorrow, then we have a gap. So whatever we will be doing today and tomorrow, just have a look into it and try to use it. Like for tomorrow, try to use ChatGPT for your research work, and if you are facing any challenge, do let me know. I'll try to resolve it. So that's for today's session. I'll take you guys in the next session and meet you there, and tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Shweta ma'am. Yeah.
Yes. To all the participants, we'll be following the same link for the days to come. So please join in at 3 tomorrow for another insightful session by Ma'am Swati. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take care. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.